Hi, Angela here. Congratulations, you won the bid on the house. So what are you going to do next? Well, the very first thing that happens is we're going to take all the pages of the contract, scan them together along with a copy of your earnest money, and send that over to your lender and also to the title company. The lender is going to start working on your loan, and the title company is going to start working on getting a clear title. You won't hear much from the title company, but you probably will hear a lot from the lender in the next couple weeks. Please make sure to respond to your lender's request promptly so that the timeline will be met and hopefully we can close on time. I'm going to get an earnest money check from you if we haven't already and take that to the title company. They're going to hold it. It's part of your down payment or your closing cost. They're going to cash it probably the next day, so make sure there's enough money in there to cover that. So what are you supposed to be doing? Number one, let's get out the inspections and let's call the insurance. You'll want to shop around on insurance and make sure that the home is insurable and that you can afford the premiums. You may want to ask the insurance company to come get on the roof and take a look at it, especially since we have a lot of hailstorms here in Oklahoma. Make sure that it's insurable. Next, you'll want to call the inspectors out. Most people just start with one whole home inspection and a termite inspection and see where it goes from there. But depending on the age of the home, you may want to go ahead and schedule some other inspectors. The two most common things that you might look for up front would be somebody to scope the heat and air vents when they are in a cement slab floor. We'll talk about that more in detail later. And also to scope plumbing lines from the house to the main on older homes. And I do have a video for you to watch that gives information about when and why you might want to choose that. So once you call out a whole home inspector, we're going to schedule an appointment with the homeowner to get into the house. Now that day the homeowner is usually not there, and normally the homeowner's realtor is usually not there either. But don't be surprised if sometimes they are. This is the time though for you to check out everything and to make it look like it's your own home, to imagine where your furniture is going to go, to measure for appliances, all the while the home inspector is going to be checking out the house for you. This normally takes about 2 hours, and costs vary depending on which inspectors that you hire, but generally somewhere between $200 and $500 for a home inspector and around $100 for a termite inspector. Now they're going to give you a big report, so no matter how nice the home looks, be prepared to see 2 or 3 pages and lots of information, everything from cracked heat exchangers all the way down to a hinge doesn't close properly. It could be anything. Now, if you've negotiated repair money on the contract, we will talk about what sort of repairs you want the clients to do at that time. Now, moving forward past the home inspections, let's assume everything went great and you were able to negotiate that with the seller. The next step is the lender is going to schedule an appointment for the appraiser to come out. That may be within the first week or two, hopefully. The appraiser is going to come out and they're going to look at the house and determine if what you're paying for the house is something that the bank feels is a true value and the bank is willing to loan on. Now, once the appraisal comes back good, then we're about home clear. You can go ahead and start calling the utility companies and get ready to transfer utilities into your name on the closing date. It's very important to remember that the closing dates are an estimate, and so you'll need to be flexible. We'll try to be as accurate as possible, but it all depends on when your loan is done. So as we get closer to the end of the contract, we're going to schedule a walkthrough on the property. We will have already looked at the repairs that the client has done and the seller has done and make sure that they were done properly. But we're also going to go to a walkthrough the morning of the closing. We want to make sure that as the seller moved out that there wasn't any flooding or that somebody didn't steal the air conditioner or something like that. We will walk through the property. This is not a time for second inspections to find things that you didn't miss. This is a time to make sure that the home is delivered to you in the condition that it was when we looked at it before, to make sure they didn't knock holes in the walls when they were moving out or didn't hide something huge with a big TV and leave a hole in the wall, things like that. So we'll do a quick walkthrough on the house, make sure that it all looks good, and go to the title company. At the title company, each borrower needs to be present. You both need photo ID, and you will need to bring the remainder of your payment either in a cashier's check or it will have been wired in advance. After all of the paperwork is signed, it's sent over to the loan company. They quickly review it and they fund it. Normally that happens pretty quickly while everybody's shaking hands and exchanging keys, but sometimes it can take more than 15 or 30 minutes, as long as a couple of hours. After the loan has funded, you are a homeowner, and now you get to move into your new home. Thank you, and please contact me if you have any questions about buying and selling property in Oklahoma.